Okay, I'll say what we're all thinking. I have a breakout the size of Jupiter on my forehead, and that's just how I'm coming today. Also, if you happen to see the Trixie Mattel shrine behind me, just mind your business. Hello, welcome to my video. If you're from my Instagram, I love you. If you're not from my Instagram, love you all the same. So today, I'm just gonna do a quick little get ready with me while I try out new makeup. So if that's your thing, then please keep on watching. So naturally, I'm starting off with my eyeshadow base, and you know that this is the same one that it always is. This is the P. Louise. I just love it, can't stop using it. So that's not new, but honorable mention to this lip gloss that I'm wearing right now. I tried it 2 weeks ago, and this is Juice lip gloss by NYX. It's just the clear one. And I love the formula so much, and it smells so good that I literally, I kid you not, bought about 5 other ones. So that's the first new product I'm gonna be mentioning today. Honestly, if you love a sort of watery lip gloss, not too watery, but just enough that's not sticky or doesn't feel heavy in any way, I recommend you try these. Like you literally just saw, I bought pretty much all of the shades, so I really do love them. I think I'm gonna be wearing this for the rest of the summer basically. And you know what? I'll say this, when it comes to lip gloss, I'm very hard to impress. I literally have bought and tried all of them. I'm sure all of them on earth I've tried. And I love lip gloss. It's basically the one product that I put on when I'm not wearing literally anything. It's a lip gloss or a lip oil. So I love gloss and I'm very hard to impress. I've tried it all. And the only time I ever get excited about trying a new lip gloss is when I either hear from people that it's really good, that it's not heavy, that it's nice and watery, and that it's not sticky, just like these ones, or if it's nice and shimmery. And so last year, I heard that everybody was raving about the lifter glosses by Maybelline, and I hopped on that train, and I'm so glad I did. That's one of my favorite lip glosses of all time now, specifically shade Topaz for me personally. But yeah, I loved it so much, and I used it literally all summer last year, and I think that this year, these glosses by NYX might actually replace the lifter glosses for a hot minute. So that's all I have to say about that. So I'm starting with the eyeshadow look, and I'm drawing on the shape. Now so far, nothing new. I do have a new shimmer that I want to try on later, so I'm just not going to mention these shadows because I've talked about them in previous videos. But when I get to the new product, I'll let you know. Now, I'm not getting ready for anything specific. I'm not getting ready for anything, actually. I'm just in a space where I want to create a look, and I don't have any specific look in mind. I just know that I'm feeling a little dark today, so I want to go dark, but that's basically all I know. So in the spirit of doing a nighttime look at 9 a.m., I'm just continuing with a darker gray eyeshadow, and then I'm gonna blend it all out, and then we can move on to the fun shade. Now while I'm blending, do let me know though, how are you? How have you been doing? What have you been up to? Did you go on vacation already? Are you going on vacation this year? Are you going on holiday? What's happening? Let me know. Right, now that we settled that, let me just go finish up this eye and I'll be right back.
2,000 years later.
There we go. Now that the skeleton of the eye look is intact, we can move on. So first of all, I'm just patting this base, or whatever's left of it anyway, in place, just because my eyes creased a little bit. And now with a flat brush, I'm applying this beautiful jelly sort of like shade by P. Louise. It's a duochrome. It's not my first time trying it, but this is going to be used as a base for an eyeshadow that I plan on putting on over it. It's really pretty. I don't know how well you can see that, but it gives off sort of this green, blue, brown type of vibe. And of course, I'm doing the same thing on the other eye as well. God, I'm such a sucker for chrome eyeshadows. This is so pretty. Now with the same brush, I'm finally applying that duochrome shade on. I haven't tried this eyeshadow before. Let me see how I actually like it. I mean, it looks gorgeous on the eye. I just don't know, like, it's kind of killing the duochrome quality of that P. Louise underneath. I don't really know why, but it's not as duochrome-y anymore. I don't think you can tell on camera, to be honest, but I can tell in person. Oof, and the fallout is absolutely, that's crazy. I have it all over my face. There's a lot in the pan. Now look at my hand. I even have some on my hand, look. That's a little much, don't you think? Nope. nope, let me clean off my hand, and I'm immediately stopping using that shade because it's pretty, but it's just not that pretty to be worth it. Oh God, I have to baby wipe my whole face because it's literally everywhere. I mean, look, I like the effect and everything, but I am gonna, you know, put a few more eyeshadows on top of this just because I really want to make it look super multi-dimensional. I want a multiverse of madness on my eyes today. Is that too much to ask? Apparently, yes, it is, because as I'm just tapping on more eyeshadow on this one that we just applied, it's literally coming off. Like, the eyeshadow is coming off. So I don't think I can do anything at this point. I'm just gonna, you know, stop it with the eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna finish for today because that really loosely pressed eyeshadow is just flying around my whole face, and I can't. Now I'm just applying my usual lash primer, and on top of that I'm gonna apply a coat of mascara. I have some new falsies to try on today. So regarding the lashes, here they are. They literally don't have a brand, like it's not branded at all. It says nothing on the packaging because I got them at my local dollar store. But I liked them because they're very tiny, very demure. And you know what? They're half lashes. So sometimes that's just what I want to wear, okay? Leave me alone. I'm gonna give these a second and then I'm gonna pop them on. Okay, two problems. The band that they came on is clear and very visible, which I thought, you know what, that's not gonna be a problem because I use black lash glue anyway, so it's just gonna look like liner, whatever. They're maybe even a little too tiny even for me, but they do add a nice little amount of volume, especially like to these lashes right here at the outer corner. But the problem is, the main problem is that they're very narrow and they're not basically adjusting to the shape of my eye. They're just sort of very narrow, so the inner corner is just like kind of like this, and I can't pinch it or squeeze it or get it to adjust to my eye shape. So I guess that's the problem with buying dollar store eyelashes. Maybe not all dollar store, but certainly my dollar store. So I'm gonna pop the other one on too though, just, you know, since I'm already here, but I might take them off by the end of the video because these are not giving me anything really. No, you know what? I changed my mind. These are doing nothing, so I'm just gonna take them off. Now I'm gonna move on to the face. Before I move on, I have to again clean up the fallout from that eyeshadow. It's not going so good for me today. It's really not. I'm beginning to suspect that the fallout is here to stay, possibly forever. I'll let you know though. So of course I put my hair up. Now I'm going to use the NYX Plump Right Back Primer that was very popping off on TikTok, and also Robert Welsh said that he loves it. So naturally I said, well, that's good enough for me. And I believe this is the same collection as the lip glosses that I mentioned in the beginning. First impressions, it feels good on the skin. It feels nice. It feels like it's gonna get tacky, which is great because that's basically the whole point, so that you have something for your makeup to stick onto. So you know what? It's promising. God, I can't wait to cover this pimple. Ugh, it's been haunting me. So because I'm using a new primer, I'm going to use my regular foundation and concealer, just because that way I'm going to know if something's up with my base. It's definitely not the foundation or concealer, it's going to be the primer. And also I'm going to try a new setting powder today, and that could go south really fast. So I need something solid, you know? You know, I always forget that this foundation oxidizes until I apply it on my skin, and then 2 minutes later I look like a minion. So far, blending this out, I have to say, I really like the primer. It has quite of a grip, but not enough to where if you apply some foundation on there, you can't blend it out, if you know what I mean. So as far as the effect on the skin, it's not really blurring much, and it's also not filling in my pores. But you know what? It doesn't claim to do that either. So I mean, the only thing that this claims is that the skin instantly looks and feels plump, which I can totally give it, so that's cool. This is also a concealer that I bought for my drugstore video, which you can watch up here. I'm gonna link it. And I like the formula, I like the coverage. I don't know if this one oxidizes though. I forget, I literally do. Like, I buy these things and then sometimes I don't even notice the very obvious, which is at the end of finishing the makeup, everything has oxidized on me about 50 times and I look a little crazy, but what can you do, you know? Sometimes that happens with makeup. Okay, so now I'm using a different setting powder than normal. This one is in sort of a peachy tone, and I normally use banana. And honestly, at this point, I'm just hoping and praying that this doesn't oxidize as well. I think that gave me a little bit of coverage as well. Maybe I'm just making that up. Maybe I am. Maybe it's a placebo. Let me sit on this and move on, and I'll inform you later. So now I'm moving on to a NARS Full Dimension Cheek Palette, which is also new to me, new to my collection, given to me by a very dear friend. And I've tried this a couple of times before, and I really like it. The contour shade in there is not too warm, but it's not too cool. I think it's just right for me personally, even though my base does look a little crazy right now, but you know what, it happens. And there's two blush shades, a lighter one and a darker one. I love blush, so you know, I'll be using both of those, and there's even a pretty highlight. So now I'm moving on to the blush, and I'm first of all using that lighter shade, and I'm applying it everywhere, maybe mostly on the higher points of my cheek. Oh my god, you know what? I think this might be my first time using matte blush in a hot minute. Ooh, I don't like it. Ooh, I don't like it. I need my little shimmer. I like the shade, don't get me wrong. Love the shade. It's very pretty. If you love matte blushes, then this is gonna be the one for you. But no shine on the cheek for this girl, That's why I'm now dipping into the darker shade. And I was originally gonna apply it just closer to right here to the pocket of my contour, but now, since I need to, you know, add shimmer, I'm gonna apply it everywhere. But by the way, using two different blush shades on your face can really add a lot of dimension. I learned that from Miss Trixie Mattel, so I do it sometimes when I'm not too lazy. Okay, see, that's more like it, although for my liking, I wouldn't be mad if it was really even more shimmery, but that's just me. But I mean, ignoring how orange I am, look how pretty that cheek is. NARS really did that. Now I'm gonna apply that highlight, and I'm just using my finger for this. Oh, listen, that's really pretty. It's very sort of natural and demure, and I normally am not a fan of highlighters like that. I really want it to pop, but this is so pretty. And you know what? You could probably get it to pop even more if you applied setting spray first, and then while it's still a little wet, apply highlighter over that. But, oh, this is pretty. Okay, look at the cheeks, look at the highlight. I think I like it because it doesn't have any shimmery particles in it. It just gives you this beautiful sort of glow, but no shimmer, which is a new experience for me, but I like it. Okay, so circling back to that setting powder, now that I've had a minute to let it sit and process, it did definitely oxidize. It did give me a little bit of coverage, so that is what I was seeing. But now that it oxidized, I mean, my under eye looks actually darker than the rest of my base. And I don't know if the camera's picking that up, probably not. But it doesn't look cute, and I wouldn't use this again. And normally the powder that I use to set my under eyes is very brightening, and it sort of makes you look like you just woke up. So this experience, this video is cursed. This is not it. Okay, so last but not least, lips. I'm just gonna line them with my favorite lip pencil. And then I'm gonna use one of those really cute NYX glosses. Okay, so that's that. Now we're gonna do this pretty gloss in the shade Watermelon Sugar. Now, this does have a slight sort of jelly-like tint to it, but it's not gonna be full pigment, which I honestly love, and it's a cute trend this summer. God, I have to tell you, this smells amazing. Oh, I would like to bathe in this lip gloss, I swear. So as you can see, it did give my lips a little bit of a tint. It has no shimmer though, only shine, and my lips feel really hydrated, so I'm obsessed. Now shall we have a word? Okay, the eyeshadow that I tried, horrible, rotten, rancid, hated it. Lashes that I tried, horrible, rotten, rancid, you guessed it, I hated it. The primer was great, I loved it, I'm gonna continue using it probably. Foundation that I used, I've used it before, I forgot it oxidized, so now we're here, whatever. And then it didn't help that the foundation oxidized. The concealer didn't, but then also the setting powder that I used for the first time today definitely did oxidize. Like I said, I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but it's not cute. It's really not at all, so I probably won't be using that again either. The NARS cheek palette, really good. I actually really do like it. Matte blush is not for me though, is what I've discovered. It's not for me. I like a heavy shimmer glitter on the cheek, okay? Sue me. And this lip gloss is the savior of this video and of my life. It smells so good. It tastes so good. So that's all I really need, especially in the summertime. So you know what? All is forgiven to all the other products. Well, not really. I'm still mad. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!